everyone, so let's move towards our today's topic, which is
cervical vertebrae. Before starting this topic, I would like to tell you something that we have discussed thoracic vertebrae in the lecture, in a separate lecture when we were talking about the respiratory system. So in that lecture we have discussed about thoracic vertebrae. So as you know that spinal cord is divided into some regions: cervical, thoracic, lumbar, and sacral. So what happened, that region consists of vertebrae. Now cervical region consists of cervical vertebrae, thoracic region consists of thoracic vertebrae. Now if you have to differentiate between cervical and thoracic vertebrae, the difference is the transverse process of the cervical vertebrae consists of hole, and that hole, that foramen, is called as foramen transversia, and that foramen transversia is for the route, is for the pathway of vertebral arteries and vertebral veins. Okay, so you have to remember. Now you have to remember that there are 7 cervical vertebrae. Vertebrae are bones, and from that bone, and as you know that this bone is forming the spinal vertebral column, and in the vertebral column there is a spinal cord, and from that spinal cord spinal nerve are arising. So from that cervical region, cervical region, there are 8 nerves which are arising. Okay, and each cervical nerve is present at the level of their own cervical vertebrae. For suppose if I am talking about C1 nerve, so C1 nerve will arise from the C1 vertebrae, and if I talk about C2, it will arise from the C2 vertebrae. But like I said, there are 7 cervical vertebrae and 8 cervical nerves. So how it will happen, I will tell you after a few minutes. But before that, one more thing you have to remember, that among these 7 cervical vertebrae, because we are talking about cervical vertebrae, so among these cervical vertebrae, the first, second and the 7th cervical vertebrae has a unique features, and that's why they are considered as atypical cervical vertebrae, whereas the cervical vertebrae from 3rd to 6th, which are 3rd to 6th cervical vertebrae, they are similar in structure, they have similar features, they have similar characteristics. That's why they are considered as typical vertebrae. So we will gonna talk about typical vertebrae first. Now typical vertebrae, like I said, they are same, and they are from 3rd, 4th, 5th and 6th cervical vertebrae. Now it consists of small body and broader sides. The sides are broader, and there is a large triangular hole in the center that is called a vertebral column. Now vertebral column is present in all cervical vertebrae, either it is typical vertebrae or atypical vertebrae. And if I talk about foramen transversia, which is the characteristic feature of the cervical vertebrae, which is the identification characteristic for the cervical vertebrae, so that is also present in all the cervical vertebrae. Now what I was telling you, articular facet. Now moving that, in these vertebrae, typical cervical vertebrae, superiorly the articular facets are present, so that they will articulate with the above the upper vertebrae, and the inferiorly also articular facets are present for to articulate with the inferior vertebrae, lower vertebrae. ओके, तो लोअर वर्टिब्रे को आर्टिकुलेट करने के लिए ऑब्वियसली इंफीरियर साइड पे भी आर्टिकुलर फैसेट होंगे, विच इज़ फ्लैट. एंड फैसेट्स क्या होते हैं? फैसेट बेसिकली डिप्रेशन होते हैं जिसमें वो आर्टिकुलेशन में हेल्प होती है, और उसके अराउंड पूरा लिगामेंट्स वगैरह होता है ताकि वो आराम से जॉइंट फॉर्म कर सके और आराम से मूवेबल हों. ओके, थोड़ा बहुत मूव कर सकें, या जो भी है पूरा का पूरा वर्टिब्रल कॉलम इसी तरह बनता है. नाउ so one more point, articular facets are also present in all these cervical vertebrae, either it is typical or either it is atypical vertebrae. Now transverse process, like I said, transverse process consists of transverse foramen transversia, through which vertebral arteries and vertebral veins will pass, and the spine is present on the posterior side of the typical vertebrae, and that spine is short and bifid. What is mean by bifid? The professor, the teachers in many universities and many lectures they will tell you that spine is bifid. But what is bifid? In many books it is written that bifid is present. So what is bifid? Bifid is basically the spine is not a project. It is a projection. It is a downward projection. But when it projects downward, they will form a notch, due to which it is divided into two parts. It consists of two small spines. You will see that from one spine, further two spines, two branches from the spine is arising, and that looks like a notch. That is forming a notch, and that is why we say that spine is bifid. So this is bifid. Okay, V shape, उल्टा V shape. ठीक है, उल्टा वी शेप आप देख सकेंगे जो स्पाइन बना रहा होगा उस टिपिकल वर्टिब्रे का. नाउ मूविंग टुवर्ड्स एटिपिकल वर्टिब्रे. लाइक आई सेड, एटिपिकल वर्टिब्रे आर फर्स्ट सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रे, सेकंड एंड सेवेंथ सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रे. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, फर्स्ट सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रे. First cervical vertebrae is also called as atlas vertebrae, and it is ring shaped vertebrae, and it is very easy to identify because its shape is different from every vertebrae, because it does not consist of transverse process. It does not consist of body or spine. It consists of transverse process. It consists of foramen transversia, but it does not consist of body or spine. Okay, so it is ring-like shape, and it is much flatter, and flat shape की bone होती है, ज़्यादा broader नहीं होती. ठीक है. But if I talk about second cervical vertebrae, which is also called as axis vertebrae, so it consists of broader boundaries, broader body, and also the unique feature is anteriorly there is an upward projection. Posteriorly तो हर vertebrae में downward projection है, that is called a spine. But आगे की तरफ सिर्फ और सिर्फ सेकेंड सर्वाइकल वर्टिब्रे है, दैट कंसिस्ट ऑफ अपवर्ड प्रोजेक्शन, अपवर्ड रेज्ड projection, and that projection is called as dense or odontite process. Okay, and that will also articulate with the first cervical vertebrae. That means that inferiorly the first cervical vertebrae consists of a facet to articulate with this dense part of the second cervical vertebrae. Now the last cervical vertebrae, that is seventh cervical vertebrae. Now it has many exceptional. If I talk about nerve, it has exceptional case. If I talk about arteries, veins, it has exceptional case. Now we will discuss what I am telling you. But before that, seventh cervical vertebrae is also called as vertebrae prominence. Why? Because it consists of long spine. Posteriorly there is a long elongated spine. That is why seventh cervical vertebrae is called as vertebrae prominence. Now transverse process consists of foramen transversia in each cervical vertebrae. But in seventh cervical vertebrae there is an exception, because vertebral arteries are not passing, vertebral veins are not passing through that foramen transversia. That's why in some individuals, in some persons, in some people, foramen transversia is not present, but in some persons it is present. But if it is present, it will be small as comparatively to different other cervical vertebrae. It will be small foramen transversia in the seventh cervical vertebrae, and like I said, in some persons it is absent. Okay, it can be absent. Now one more point. Like I said, vertebral arteries are not passing through the foramen transversia, so this is the exceptional case. One more point, the cervical rib, if the cervical rib is present, that will also articulate with the seventh cervical vertebrae. Okay, because seventh cervical vertebrae is present just above the T1 thoracic vertebrae. Okay, so thoracic vertebrae is articulating, each thoracic vertebrae is articulating with the ribs. Now if cervical rib is present above the thoracic vertebrae, so it will obviously articulate with the seventh cervical vertebrae. The last exceptional thing is that the nerves, which I was telling you, that from C1 nerve arise, C2 nerve arise. Now from the C7 and C8 nerves are arising, they both are passing out of the vertebral column from this vertebrae. How? The C7 is coming outwards, okay, is moving outwards from the C7 nerve is moving outward the vertebral column from above the 7 cervical vertebrae, and below the 7 cervical vertebrae the C8 nerve will emerge out from the vertebral column. So you have to remember this exceptional case, which is very much important. So this was the whole topic you have to remember regarding cervical vertebrae. Till then, work hard, study hard, and good luck. Bye bye. Take care. Thank you.